All right. Still sit your podcast down temporarily. We'll see when that changes. 4 people in here today. Oh my gosh. Somebody's mobile too. Should mute their ass right now. Anyways, how you guys doing? G's in the building, Reek's in the building, and somebody in the car's in the building. So hello all.
What's good?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Here we go.
Spanish, yo, kick her.
Here we go.
Kick her out of here.
Here we
now.
go. You know your Duolingo.
At least I'm not out here giving relationship advice from my car being married with a car seat in the back.
Whose man is
what?
Whose man? G, talk to her.
That's please. What they be doing. That's what they be doing.
We ain't even we're not even gonna go into who. No, that's a rabbit hole we ain't going. You know what? Nah, you're bugging. You're bugging out already. Okay.
Very, very modern behavior.
Don't
it's very new black of you.
Not new black and modern. God damn.
New black. I don't even know what that one is.
Yeah, but you are one. Believe me. Don't you worry. You definitely fit the bill.
No, we just messing with you.
Yeah, I'm serious. No. Anyways, we'll slide forward for a second. So a little bit of waves made today or yesterday, I think it was. Best point guard of all time. Steph Curry says he is him. Fuck it. I agree. Why not? I think he is. So what say you guys? Is he not? I know Magic's the obvious choice. Jordan called Stephen A and said it's clearly Magic. Okay. I can see that too. Magic couldn't shoot or play defense at 6'9", which is problematic at best. Maybe in that era when it didn't matter, sure. But like he ain't working in today's game. He had to be able to shoot a little bit. Or he'd be Luke without a jumper, which I don't know if I know why he wants that. But what do you guys think? Is he the best point guard of all time? Or is he maybe one was impactful, but is he the best point guard of all time? I think that's different.
I think when I make a pass, I don't scream Magic.
Does anybody scream Magic when they make a pass anyway? Does anybody do that at all?
But I'm saying
people definitely they do that now.
That's not
Wait, what?
They definitely do the every time it's a no look.
You're right.
That sounds terrible.
People do the All right.
I don't know. I'm torn because I see everybody trying to be Curry. I also don't like that everybody's trying to be Curry. I think it largely makes the game, for me, barely watchable. I'm not saying they're not talented. Very talented to be able to do that. It's not really fun to watch. I was leaning towards Curry too, based on the fact that I feel like more kids are trying to be like Curry than at the time people were trying to be like Magic. But also, like, how many people are going to be able to be like Magic? Like, he has what, six how tall is he?
He's a 6'9" point guard.
6'9" point guard. Like, how many people have that luxury to even try to be like that, right? So I think by the time Curry's career is ended, the argument will definitely be way more compelling because I think Curry got about 3 or 4 more years. I'm gonna go with Curry though. I'm gonna go with Curry just because maybe it's recency bias, but I'm going with Curry.
It's a tough.
You're not gonna go with oh wait, Jaylen Brown. He not a point guard.
You said Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown can't even dribble with his left hand.
Somebody mute her. He has one good hand.
He got paid mad money for that one good hand.
We said point guards. He's not a point guard.
I know. I'm bullshit.
Somebody kick her out.
You don't got reception in the car.
What is going? She said, "What about Jaylen Brown? What about him?"
I was talking shit. I know goddamn well that Jaylen Brown is not a point guard.
I don't know what you know.
Celtics don't even have a point guard.
They
The
don't.
Celtics need a point guard. God,
They
damn
don't
it.
even have a point guard.
Marcus Smart wasn't even a point guard. And they got rid of
But
him.
they're shelling out hundreds of millions for a non-point guard.
They're shelling out
So,
hundreds of
but
millions
anywho.
to be the second best team in the East, maybe the third best team in the East.
No, I think you made a lot of good points as far as Curry having like a few more years still left, and the fact that his team, like the fact that he is like kind of, his whole team is built around him, obviously, and the fact that without him we wouldn't even be talking about the Warriors at all. He's really like he's great at what he does, but I think that a lot of times that a lot of the other point guards in the league are trying to duplicate what they see works, because it's kind of like the same thing with music, right? It's like, you see something that works and you try to like do it again, so it's like yeah, it sucks to watch from a viewer standpoint, but when you see something that works, it's kind of hard to not want to try, and it's like, shit, that works for them. They're winning ships. Like they're in the talks for championships every year. So it's like, why wouldn't you try to be like this dude that, is clearly great in his own right? But greatest of all time is such a hard thing to take and like hold on to as well, because it's like the game changes throughout the years and seasons. It's like, now we're in this season of like everybody's shooting. Like it's just like it's a shootout. As far as the NBA is concerned. Well, where back in the day it was like everybody was like taking it to the hole. Like who could take it to the hole? Who could draw the foul? Who could, break through defenses and zones and stuff like that. So it's really hard.
He did that though, but that's the thing with Magic. Like, did he do that? Was he I guess a solid driver at 6'9", but like
super aggressive.
Outside of great passing, like
Magic
didn't have great.
Wasn't there talks that him and Bird saved the NBA, like marketing wise?
They did.
I mean, they did probably. That's fine.
Is that worth enough to be the best point guard?
Right. When you look at Magic, like, because it also kind of depends on what you're looking for. Because a playmaker is not even close between Magic and Steph. Shooting is not close between Steph and Magic. And then, but you look at the other stuff, rebounding, clearly Magic. Like he presents a different set of problems than Steph. They both present problems to teams with that people aren't used to dealing with. Because like most teams ain't used to somebody 6'9" coming down that can pass like that, can get to the basket.
But nowadays, I feel like that's normal though.
But in this day, is he just Ben Simmons with better passes?
Ben Simmons.
That is, yo, chill out. At his height, that's what he was doing. He was an all-star player. He couldn't shoot worth the lick. He was a great passer, attacker of the basket, but he couldn't shoot.
He couldn't shoot. I mean, he could make a mid-range.
Matter of fact, you can make an argument that he at his peak, he may have been, dare I say, potentially better. Not really better, but I'm saying potential. He played better defense. He's a better driver of the basketball. Wasn't just a better passer, but like if you a better scorer and defender, and you're 6'10" still.
But Ben can't hit free throws. Magic can.
But Ben's broken and a poor human being now. But like I'm talking about like the like the dream scenario of him being that. Not he was never better than Magic at any point. I'm saying his dream of like his height was like that was his height. Like he Magic but athletic, but maybe more athletic. I mean, he was a problem when he got in the court until the
the big difference is like Ben could be argued like this is how you gotta look at it. Like Ben, if Ben had Magic's mentality, you thinking like he could be one of the definitely be something all time. If he had Magic's mentality,
an all-time player, GOAT, like multiple champion, MVP, like all that.
Right. Yeah. Because Magic was
really sick.
Yeah, because he's a winner. I mean, they both winners, like, but Magic played 12 years, was in the championship, 9 of them. You know what I mean? It's like,
and how much of that too, like with Magic's success, again, this is why I kind of lean towards Steph. You had an older Kareem, Kevon Looney, David Lee, like who did he ever have to just dump it down to and give me a bucket?
Yeah. Is there any other
right.
He had Worthy.
Right.
who for his
That's
time
true.
was a bucket getter. Not the same, yes. I'm not saying I'm
like,
you said worthy
and
like
that's-
KD. I'm not
and
saying that.
And that's one thing for Steph. You could say Steph had his team from the mud. Because like
The
Magic
mud
kinda,
for real.
yeah,
6'6"
Word.
centers.
right. Because
Like-
you can say like Magic inherited Kareem. Like they built around him and Kareem. Like he came in like Kareem was already MVP and like they got to
MVP,
the
former
finals.
champion, finals MVP. Like he
Right.
was established.
Right.
They added
Magic,
pieces to
like-
that.
Yeah, Magic's rookie year, Kareem was the MVP. Like you coming in like with the best player in the league.
Hey,
So I
Steph
mean,
is the only unanimous MVP, right?
Yeah.
he's the only unanimous one.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
I think you can. It's a lot. People that were saying Magic easily, I'm like, look at them careers. Look at those teams. I
Definitely
think I'm
not a Magic
taking
easy.
Steph.
I don't see Magic easy.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's
just think
tough,
he's
man.
traditionally looked at as the best point guard of all time. Because nobody
Yeah.
even considers Stockton, right? Who
No.
statistically is probably there.
It's
Statistically,
between
he's there.
Yeah.
No one even gives Stockton
Yeah.
a chance. Like you're like,
because
what?
you
Shut
can
up.
watch Stockton play. It's like, dude, you got all like you're a great point guard, but a lot of these because you played 20 something years, like it's
And you played next to a top 3 scorer
right,
Right,
you're
so-
right, exactly.
who scored off of assists
Right.
a lot of the time. It
You know what I
helps.
mean?
It should
It's like-
help.
So most people, it's like to me, it's between Magic, Steph, and Isaiah for your top 3 point guards. Ever.
Yes. Yes. Firmly
And-
those 3. I agree.
Right.
Yes.
So it's just like, it depends on what you're looking for. Because like if you're looking for a playmaker, a big guard that's a mismatch and you just create for everybody and average a ridiculous amount of assists, get triple doubles, and you want Magic. But then if you want somebody that can spread the floor, you got to guard this dude as soon as it gets over half court, and can get crazy high and he can make plays too. Not like Magic, but it's tough. It's
It
tough.
feels like it's an era question. And that's why I think we got to move
Yeah.
the GOAT conversation.
Definitely.
I've said that before. Not
That's why the
GOAT.
greatest of all time is
It's greatest
Right.
of their era to me.
Right.
GOTE. That's the GOAT
Right.
now. Like of this time, because basketball's not the same. Even 5 years ago, it's something different. 10 years ago, even more something different. 30 years ago, it's not even a fucking same game,
I-
it seems like.
Right,
I've heard,
right.
I've heard Isaiah Thomas say that he think if Magic played today, he probably changed the center position forever, like he did the point guard position. So he was like,
Do you think he'd be like a
He said he
Joker
wouldn't be-
type
he-
who's playing center?
right, but faster, can
At 6'9",
like,
that'd
at
be
6'9",
scary.
right? And that's what he said. Like he said, he'd be scared. You get Magic at the 5, and he gets the rebound, and it's like, oh shit, like he's coming down the court doing what Magic does, Showtime but at the 5. So let's just say you put Magic surrounded by shooters in this era. It's a different.
That's scary. I ain't
it's
gonna lie to you.
it's definitely a different game.
So
Is
it
there
depends
somebody
on
we're
what the-
not thinking about besides those 3 you mentioned? Is there a person, a dark horse, who has a shot at greatest point guard? There's one guy in my mind, one guy we didn't mention, I think is in that list.
Who's that?
J Kidd, man.
Yeah, I
J
like
Kidd's in
Jason
that.
Kidd.
As
like
far as
Jason
as
Kidd.
far as doing a lot with like bums,
People do not give Jason Kidd credit for that Jersey Nets team getting to the finals back to back.
Right.
They always talk about Chris Paul
Man.
and all this other stuff. Like that team was
Yo.
trash.
Who's their
Like,
best
Kenny-
player? Richard Jefferson? No. Who's their best player?
and Jason Kidd, second best player was Kenyon Martin. The third best player was Dick Jefferson. And
Yeah.
then, like
I forgot
Yo.
about that. Yeah.
that team in the final, and it was like during the season, they was smacking boys all because of him.
all because
That
of
was
him.
all of him. Like, yo, I think J Kidd don't get enough respect, man. He deserves it.
He does
really
not. He does not get enough. He does not get a lot of respect at all. Steve Nash doesn't either.
Nash,
you had me,
He
then you
doesn't-
lost me.
like Nash is
You had me,
like
then you lost
Nash
me.
is like, I look at Nash like, okay, were people saying this pre-D'Antoni and post-D'Antoni about Nash?
That's a very
No.
good point.
The Dan
No, you
Sony
make a very
effect
good
should be everyone that had D'Antoni as a coach and had their bed shares under him. Scrutiny. I'm calling.
Right.
Auditing
Your
all that
stats are-
shit.
Yeah.
Right. Your
Hart,
stats are
James
That's a
inflated.
good
Harden, Dan Tony, Jeremy Lin, everybody that he ever had scrutiny on that shit. Harden
Right.
became a
Yeah.
superstar and then he wasn't. overnight. Like,
Your
nah,
stats,
bro.
right? Your stats go through the roof with D'Antoni. Like, it's,
That's a good point. That's
you know
a
who
very
has
good
the
point.
all-time assist record for a game for the Knicks? Chris Duhon. D'Antoni.
This shit is crazy.
Chris
You know
Duhon
what?
had,
The
21
D'Anto-
assists in the game. D'Antoni.
That shit crazy.
That's
You gonna
called
say,
an
G?
effect. D'Antoni effect.
Oscar Robertson. What y'all feel about that?
Who?
Oscar
Iverson?
Robertson.
Oscar?
Oh, Oscar
Oh, that's
Robertson?
another one. That's another one
Yeah,
I don't get no respect.
Oscar's up there. He's up
Oscar
there.
should be
Yeah.
in that top 5 category, top 3 category, 100%.
Also,
But
one of the
again, it's
careers.
just the era you didn't see him play. It's
Right.
Was there a 3-point line? I don't think there was.
I don't think
like,
it's 3-point line.
I think that they just.
He's just like, I mean, he's a 6'5" point guard too. So it was just like, you like him, Jason Kidd, Magic. Like Steph is like the smallest. Well, no, Isaiah is the smallest. But we looking at the top 5 point guards we mentioned right now. 3 of them are like 6'5" and up.
Word.
Realistically. And guys that
Big
use
dude.
that size to their advantage, got to the paint,
Right.
were physical, like. But I like, Oscar was my pick for a long time. But I was like, nah. Nah, I think it's probably Steph. But I mean, again, should be in that conversation for sure.
Yeah, like I'm not mad at anybody that says Steph. Like, you know, I get why Michael and Magic, that's his boy, and then also Mike played in the '80s when he couldn't beat Magic and Larry. Like those two were the guys.
Mike respect the wins. He said, "You
right,
beat
Mike
me,
respect right. You beat
me.
Like,
You the best because I'm the best."
And it's like right. When Mike beat him in the finals, beat Magic in the finals. That's one thing we gotta get Magic credit for. He did get to the finals when Kareem left. And you look at that team that played the Bulls. Yeah, that team that played the Bulls was trash.
It was not good. And the Bulls showed
At
not
all.
a good team.
At
Like
all.
Vlade Divac is like your starting center. Like
At all.
that team was not a
Body
good team.
Divac.
Vlade Divac.
Vlade Divac smoked cigarettes before the game. Like he be smoking cigarettes on the free throw line at practice.
I swear I thought Vlade Divac was that old school actor from like the 90s for like half my life. I was like, it's so cool. He got time to do movies. Y'all know the nigga I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's in the first Mission Impossible, one of the side characters. I swear it was the same
like
dude for like
he was
10
like
years.
the transporter before the transporter. Like I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yo, I was like, why is he playing basketball and that?
Things have doppelgangers.
He looked just like
Yo, they look just Go, I gotta go. I'm gonna find it right. Go find that dude. He looks exactly the same as Vlade Divac. It's crazy. I'm like, yo, I asked my mother that shit, and she's like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
What was
I was
that movie? The Specialist? That is the Specialist?
Something, because you're right. He was like the oldest. He was the transporter before the transport. That's what he did. Them types of movies. Oh my god. The mercenary with a heart of gold type of shit. That's what he used to do. I gotta find that man's name.
Magic getting to a final with a center smoking cigs at the free throw line in practice is fun. that might bump him over Steph right there. It's like your center is smoking cigs at the free throw line.
Smoking cigs. He's not getting it back. He don't play back to back. He said, "Nah, man, not
what
today."
A time. What
it was a simpler time. It was easy. It was a better time. Now it's like, oh, hey,
you can picture Vlade like this, like before he go out to the layup line.
Putting the butter on the floor and shit. Like, yo, come on, Vlade. What are you doing, bro? My goodness.
The only dude a pack of Marlboros in his locker. You see the post game interview. You see the Marlboros in his locker.
Is that what that meme came from? No, it makes sense. Man had his secrets outside his locker room. That makes sense.
That's crazy.